Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your soulmate. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Amazonite heart. Group 2 is the Selenite heart. And group 3 is the Rose Quartz heart. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Amazonite heart. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your soulmate's higher self. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Devil, the Fool, 9 of Cups, the Sun, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. I am ready to surrender to these feelings which are overflowing from my heart, and it is getting harder to restrain myself from stepping forth towards you boldly and declaring the deep personal truth that has been building inside of me for quite some time as far as you are concerned. I have wandered far from this connection due to fear and certain entanglements that were embedded within my sense memory of experiences in the past where I had presented a side of myself that was rejected and yet is a core component of my identity as a person. And so this has made me standoffish to the idea of ever experiencing deep and true love. But with you, there is a sense that all of me would be acceptable, even the parts that are difficult to explain or understand to others and to myself at times. And so I am breaking down the barriers of pessimism that have kept me safely tucked away, frozen inside of myself, and yet yearning for a closeness and a need and desire to walk with someone on equal footing forward in life. I have been holding myself back from you, and yet I am wanting to leap forth. So don't be surprised if I turn up at the most unexpected moment in your reality, because it feels to me that for as much as I am able to plan forward and strategize every single detail down to the most meticulous element of how I am wanting the next phase of our connection to unfold, it is necessary for me to simply take a leap of faith at the most what would seem inopportune time, but which will turn out to be the perfect occasion, because I am confident in the way in which allowing my heart to determine the course of actions will yield the most positive results between the two of us. I respect you so much, and I want to add value and meaning to the measure of your life. I am not intent on bringing drama and chaos to you, and so I am working diligently to still the parts of myself that might have a tendency to run instinctually from you opening up and expressing your deep personal truth to me, because I have always struggled with a worthiness wound, not really seeing the core intrinsic value in what I have to offer offer to others emotionally. So I would be indebted to you if you would teach me a new way to view myself that is presented in the ways in which you already up to this point have only ever looked at me with love shining forth in an unapologetic way from your eyes, which is something that draws me in deeper and yet at the same time terrifies me. Because without this sense of unworthiness, I am uncertain about who I truly am. So this is a course of discovery in becoming a brand new me, shielded and warmed by the energy of your confidence and your ability to see through my insecurities to the hero that dwells inside of me, which I have been searching, trying to find and make peace with inside of myself as well. I am optimistic for what the future holds between the two of us, and I look forward to the next chapter of our experience unfolding in beautiful and unexpected ways. There is so much love that I have to give, and I want to pour it only towards you, and so I am not entertaining other options at this point in time. I have closed myself off from a process of seeking because you are the only person I could ever have hoped to find. You have been hidden in plain sight this whole time, and love that I was wanting so much was closer than I imagined that it could or would be. I hope that when the time comes and that I am opening my heart to you and being bold where in the past I have held back, that you are able to overlook the stumblings that have happened between the two of us and understand my deep and pervasive need to course correct this situation between the two of us so we can get back on track with one another toward basking in and feeding in a growth-oriented way this beautiful connection that still exists between the two of us and is very apparent in my conscious awareness on an everyday basis. I am sending you love from afar, thoughts of generosity and abundance in life and in matters of the heart that I hope are received by you and help you to feel confident that for as much as there may be uncertainty about what the road ahead holds for us, that I am determined to walk with you through whatever obstacles we may encounter and always to keep pace with you towards that beautiful tomorrow that we are both wanting to build together jointly. I am so excited for the moment when we are able to look back on the winding road that has led us to the point where love can be lived out loud and to experience that sense of victory that although our love story has been fraught with challenges, love triumphed. We were able to survive the odds that were stacked against us and come out stronger as individuals and stronger as a unit than we would have been if things had been an easy and straightforward path from the moment of our meeting to the place where those three important words, the truth of the heart, is spoken out loud in the form of I love you, which fails to capture the full nature and essence of what I feel inside for you, but will have to suffice until a collection of years can be accrued between the two of us, where I can demonstrate to you through actions more accurately than I am able to tell the tale of just how important you are to me, how much this connection matters and means to me, and the lengths that I am willing, able, and ready to go to in order to prove that in the past I might have been uncertain, but that I have course corrected myself to a place of determination where I will stop at nothing to ensure that our love story is protected and continues to be something which blossoms and thrives throughout the years to come. So those are your messages. I'm also going to get some standalone message cards. It can either reinforce what came through in the first part of the reading or can serve as additional messages for you from your soulmate's higher self. Okay, and we have I let my fears get the best of me. You inspire me to do better. I have so much to tell you. Can we take things slow? I'm guarded. I sabotaged our connection out of insecurity. You always know what to say to make me feel better. I adore you. And meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your soulmate, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got A, O, R, B, F, Y, U, M, P, V, C, D, S, X, H, Y, C, and T. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. We chose the selenite heart. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your soulmate's higher self, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, 3 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 6 of Wands, Strength, and the World. The impact that our connection has had upon me has been palpable and noticeable by people in my ordinary reality who are noticing a positive change in me, and so it is becoming more and more difficult for me to try and distract them from the truth that it is you who has made such a wonderful and momentous turn of events take place, where I am no longer struggling to suppress and deny the truth of who I am inside and the desire for a certain type of life that I envision I can create for myself, rather than having this simply be a dream deferred, and that you are the necessary component, the missing piece that fulfills that equation. You are the only person who I can imagine standing by my side as I move forth into the next level of victory that has been a long time coming in my struggle to find my place in the world, that in the past has not always felt that it was friendly towards the nature of what I had viewed as success and wish fulfillment, but which, enabled by the energy between the two of us, has brought forth a level of confidence within me that allows me to no longer concern myself with the opinions of other people or the need for validation in answering the call from my higher self that is encouraging me to make a drastic change change as far as how I am going about my daily life in order to pursue at full force dreams and wishes that I know will bring me not only a deep sense of security inside myself, but will allow me to provide the type of foundation I feel is necessary for the two of us to continue to grow into a strengthened power couple with one another. You occupy my thoughts and you are my muse, and there is no place that I would rather have my attention be than on the viewing of you and taking in the fullness of everything that you are, which is a source of inspiration for me as I am self-reflecting at this moment in time to see where I have cut corners as far as ways that I could be holding myself to a higher standard and expectation as far as what I am spending my time on, the company I have surrounded myself with in the past, and my view of what I need to do in the present moment in order to build that lasting and long-term future in a way that is satisfying and fulfills my deepest needs, yearnings, and potential. You came into my life so unexpectedly and turned around a perception that I had that love needed to be something that came secondarily to building a level of material success for myself. It is as if you naturally found a place within my heart, and then my life itself seemed to shift in accordance with your presence, making room for you in a way that I did not have to will into being. This is how I know through a point of observation that you are the right fit for me. You are the person who complements me in every way. You help to enhance my strengths and compensate for my deficits, and there's no one else that I could imagine the best version of myself being paired with in a way that does not hold me back, but only encourages me to continue to step into the fullness of expression of who I am and who I might yet become in the future. I keep an eye on you from a distance, and you are glorious to witness in full bloom. I love the way that you walk through the world without a care that seems to hold you back. You are someone who is so flexible by way of shifting yourself around challenges or obstacles internally and externally. You know when to wait and when to take action, and this has inspired me as well to reimagine what I have defined as strategy up to this point in time. I am studying you and learning from you, and at the same point in time, you help me to understand myself more deeply as well. I have never felt so seen or secure as I do when I am in your presence, and this is a comfortable feeling that I did not expect to happen so soon in our experience with one another. There are parts of you that are still a mystery, and so I hold myself back from diving in too deep to the mind chatter that might seek to unravel the puzzle of exactly who you are inside, because I want that to be a gift of that the experience with you and of you allows me to understand in a gradual and deep way through the unfolding of a longer trajectory of our relationship than I believe you even imagine I have envisioned up to this point in time. There is so much that I want to say to you, but I am basking in this energy at this point in time of simply allowing my mind to wander into the realm of fantasy of all we might become to one another and the ways in which we can continue to encourage and motivate each other to step into the fullness of our expression as individuals and as a couple. I love the way your mind works, and you have helped me to start to ask some deeper questions that I had been overlooking up to this point in time. I am starting to prioritize not only things which fill my time, but things which add the measure of meaning and value to my existence, that I feel will be a type of wealth I will carry with me beyond this lifetime. So I am grateful to you for showing me that my spiritual side is just as important to cultivate, nurture, and appreciate as the material aspects of me that I have taken pride in tending very meticulously. You are my dream come true in so many ways, and wish fulfillment that I did not think would be so accessible within one person. And so I am cherishing this connection, protecting it from too many outside influences, and moving in slowly yet methodically to a place of giving you a more direct understanding of what I envision the future between the two of us looking like, and the steps I intend to take in order to make that a reality. Thank you for being the type of wish fulfillment I didn't even know was possible or that I was looking for, and for coming into my life and shaking things up in the most beautiful way. Were it not for you, I feel that many of my priorities would still be misplaced at this point in time. I wouldn't be in the fullness and expression of who I am at this moment, or as excited as I am for what the future can still have in store for me. You have helped to shift my idea of what a person, romantically speaking, can add by way of measure and value to the life of another. I had only previously thought of romance as something which would fill me on an emotional and heart space level, but you have instead provided a degree of nourishment that I didn't even know I was lacking on a deep spiritual plane. You have also awoken a level of creative potential within me, and I am filled with so much life force energy at this point in time that I no longer look towards excuses or obstacles in order to postpone things that I should have set in motion long ago. I am instead motivated to work extra hard in order to achieve certain goals, even at the expense of leisure time or certain other activities that simply allowed me to switch my mind off and radiate in the present moment. I am focused toward building a better tomorrow for myself, and all of this is thanks to the high standard that you hold me to just by being yourself. I want to rise to the occasion to meet you on an equal level. I want the two of us to continue to inspire one another to reach for our dreams and truly achieve them. So those are your messages. I'm also going to get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what came through in the first part of the reading or serve as additional messages for you from your soulmate's higher self. Okay, we have I've never felt this way before. I abandoned our connection out of fear. I realize now what I did was wrong. You are always in my dreams. Please give me some time to heal. I like that you are different from the rest. I want to help you. And I want to take our relationship to the next level. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your soulmate, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got T, Q, V, O, U, K, B, Y, M, T, F, S, R, S, A, H, A, L, and W. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Rose Quartz Heart. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your soulmate's higher self. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Sun, the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. I'm scared that the reality of me won't match up to the image and ideal that you have created in your mind. And it fills me with a sense of dis-ease to imagine that we might take forward steps with one another, and then a little bit further down the road, you would come to a place of being disillusioned because I was not able to match up to the expectations, needs, desires, and requirements that you have as far as a long-term partner is concerned. I have a deep and pervasive abandonment wound within myself that I am aware of, but am uncertain how to properly heal. It has been something which has stood in the way of wish fulfillment for me on more than one occasion, and the idea of losing you to this wound inside of myself, as many things have been lost almost into a void or a vacuum out of which nothing returns, is a feeling which lets me know that I would not be able to recover emotionally from such an experience, and so keeping my distance for the time being seems to be a safer alternative than disappointing you when the time would come for you to be aware that beyond the level of charisma and confidence I exude on an ordinary basis, there is a very wounded and frightened person inside of myself who has so much love to give, but has yet to ever be fully appreciated for who they are in totality. You in many ways feel to be somebody that is on a level above me in terms of your emotional intelligence and your spiritual experience. You seem connected to your heart in a way that I can't even understand, and it is something that I find very fascinating. I try to emulate that in little ways in my life, but seem to come up short each time. And this, I know, is because it requires understanding how to do such things by first immersing myself in the experience of them more directly with you. And so I need you to know that I am deeply magnetized in your direction, despite the fact that there is so much fear of the unknown which holds me back at this time. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are my person, that there is nobody else who is better suited for me in the world than you, and yet I can't bring myself to fully trust in the nature of what I feel for you, that it is a force which will continue to sustain what we are able to build with one another long into the future. The memories of experiences in the past where I have been let down, where I have been shunned and ridiculed and left to pick up the pieces of my heart and of my life, feel fresh in my mind as if they are snapshots of incidents that took place only yesterday. I am haunted by my past, and there is a level of shame in regards to this as well. I don't want you to see too deeply inside to understand the ways in which I have let others and myself down through my actions in the past. Although I know that there is a redemptive quality that is available through our love story with one another, that I am able through this experience to take the lessons of the things that I have done which were improper and wrong as far as matters of the heart are concerned, and to use those as motivation to move in an entirely new direction in the experience with you, which can lift me up beyond a cloak of shame that has buried the best of me for far too long. And yet, without this cloak around me, without the shame that weighs heavily, I feel uncertain as far as the merit and worth of who I am as a person. I have been entrained to believe that there is virtue within suffering, and so there is a part of me that begrudgingly carries around these wounds like a badge, although I understand that to experience love with you might help to lift this heaviness, which is something that my soul is in desperate need of, and that I have not been able to create for myself, despite all the time and effort I have invested into loving myself thoroughly. I seem to come up short as far as the reinforcement and validation from one who truly has my best interests at heart and knows the full nature of who I am as a person, that I have done a good enough job, wonderful in fact, and that there is still something beautiful which exists within me amidst and despite of all of the pain and experience that I harbor inside. You illuminate the truth of the person that I am beyond my woundings, and it is a comfort to be held in such a sweet place by you in your life and in your heart. You introduce me to a different type of energy, one that is nurturing and inviting versus something that compels me to posture and try to put on a performance in order to be accepted. In this sense, I feel that without a certain script at play, that I might stumble into unknown territory, say too much, and frighten you away, because there is a level of intensity inside of me that nobody has ever come to experience as far as matters of the heart are concerned. It feels that you are the safe person where I can express these things openly, and yet I am not certain if you would accept me as I am or judge me and reject me as others who have only gotten a glimpse of these facets of me have done in the past. I am searching within myself for a way to unlock the next level of potential between the two of us. I know that I need to step up to the plate and rise to the occasion, or I risk missing out on the opportunity to be with you, perhaps forever. It is something which requires me to muster all of my courage in order to take off my armament and allow myself to be seen as the beautiful masterpiece and work in progress that I am simultaneously. There is something about you which feels so right. You feel like a homecoming experience, and it is causing me to question as well everywhere in my life that I have settled for things that are truly less than I deserve, because with you there is a sense of such a quality experience as far as emotional exchange is concerned that allows me to see just how much I have been supping off poisonous cups and calling this a banquet for far too long. There is time that I need to spend in sifting through the emotional debris inside of myself, but I also understand that time is of the essence. I know your patience is running thin with me, and the door to your heart will logically not be open for much longer. Somebody with as much character and light as you have certainly is in the process of attracting other suitors at this time, and so there is a timer which is counting down the minutes inside of my own mind that says a certain point comes when action must be taken, whether I feel fully prepared or am still in the process of readying myself. I must do something, or else there is a risk that I will be forced to forever hold my peace place and put you in a category of experiences labeled regret that I have inside of myself from previous chapters of my life, where I let fear, doubt, and insecurity get the best of me and missed out on momentous occasions and experiences. I want to show you a type of love that is reciprocal and helps to uplift you as well. So I am trying to heal woundedness inside of myself as best as I can, so that it's not your duty and obligation to pick up the broken pieces of me and put them back together in a more suitable fashion. You deserve so much more than somebody who comes to you with a sense of emptiness and expects you to fill the void inside. So I'm getting creative and proactive as far as different methods I am trying out to come to a place of accepting myself as I am and filling my own cup with meaning and valuable words and affirmations, rather than the cutting and glaring critiques of all of my shortcomings that have only served to erode and chip away at the true level of confidence and love that I have for myself, that has always been hidden behind a bright smile and a stoic exterior. Because you deserve the authentic version of me, and yet you also deserve a person who has done the heavy lifting and the hard work of figuring out how to solve their own problems without relying so much on the energy and input of others to do this for them. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your soulmate wants you to know right now. We have let's get through this together. It's you I've been looking for my whole life. I'm frustrated with myself. I'm truly sorry. I've never felt this way before. I have a surprise for you. I'm hiding my true feelings for you. And I'm so happy when I am around you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your soulmate, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got S, C, D, V, L, G, B, C, T, E, W, F, S, K, R, Q, H, and Y. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.